Good morning.
Good morning.
How y'all doing? Yeah, what a great day it is. I'll tell you. You got a lot of things going on. It's getting ready to, just explode. It's going to be bananas. Let's get right to it. I sent out a blast this morning. And the blast was about learning how to recruit your children to do business and be business leaders. This is very essential to where we're going. A lot of you, let's give God some praise here real quick. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things should be added unto you. So we're just going to seek God on this one to change the way our nation looks when it comes to our youth. There we go. God is in the house. And here we go. Make sure you have your pencil and paper ready, pen and paper, because this is going to be essential. This is something that we're definitely going to want to share. I hope we get a lot more input with your comments, and let me know how I'm doing, because I'm pushing forward. I'm going around the globe with this. So please follow, hit the follow button. Please share, and please comment. Okay? Go on to Facebook and like us and follow us there too as well. Facebook.
Yeah, we got Heavenly Body Products on Facebook, Body by Serve, King Kong Coupons, and Chronic Killer.
All right. So we get pretty good with this. The system that we're dealing in right now is not gonna be like this soon. We're getting ready to go high speed, high everything. Everything. The look's gonna be different. We'll start getting into a lot more different interviews with people. Hopefully, Mr. Rory T. Edwards will be here today. I'm just waiting for him to call and make sure he's okay. He's on his way. But this is going to be remarkable. You have to understand the history of where we come from. That's everybody. I don't care black and white. And I'm really not. When I deal with business, I don't see black and white. But there's a time when I have to think about our black children. Okay, I'm sorry, but we had a round table discussion, and we were talking about the children as a whole. What are some of the things that we would say if we were just all in a room clucking about kids? One or two of the things.
They don't know anything about finance.
They're disrespectful. They're just going to hell, these kids. Yeah. And a lot of them.
Terms. Just have no respect.
There's no respect.
For the elders these days.
That's absolutely. Yeah. And probably some cases, well, most cases that I can think of, that's normal. Yeah. If you were brought up that way.
Yeah. It starts from home.
So, yeah. But the deal is that what are we going to do about it? Mm-hmm. That's critical. And it's not just all about financial and the money and everything. I'm telling you, it's the psychology of the whole shebang. We got to get a clear vision of what happened in the past. I want to take you there real quick. because we have a tendency to blame our past too,
Yeah.
right? But we have to embrace it in a way where we get a clear understanding about it, so we can move on. A lot of people they'll never get there. They'll never look at the whole history thing. But I do, and I see this, and I see Africa, the Caribbean. I see slavery. I see oppression. I seen some clips of there's a new movie out with this slave.
Butler.
Not Butler.
That one.
The one is depicts slavery and all that, and how it is on the plantations,
Yeah.
and how they raped and beat people into to death.
Yeah.
And you see, people really don't even want to remember that kind of stuff.
That's right.
It was so short time ago. It was not that long ago. They'll whip the crap out of you. Even after slavery, people were still in slavery. The mind does not forget. We got it in our DNA, in our muscle, that when the monster come around, he starts swinging that whip, okay? Shooting people in the head, killing. I mean, just all kinds of crazy things. Why do you think we're the way we are today? There's a lot to do with our history and not really remembering and feeling the lashes out, but the oppression. And when we don't realize, when we pass from one generation, the slavery was vicious. They would raise the children to emulate the next generation. I mean, this was a master design, to keep people that way. But there was other people, even whites, said this will never last. That in society, it could never last. But what they were really banking on is the memory of all that oppression. And then when you feel you have an oppressed people, and like I said, I keep saying, I'm going to say it to the day I die, Martin Luther King had it right. He said the separation between the classes wasn't the color of the skin. It was the money. It's going to always be the money.
Yeah.
When you deal with oppression on the root, on the nerve of which it is meant, oppressed, then it's easy to keep people oppressed when you're dealing with finance, especially children. Especially children. I mean, when you look at and depict what happened all those years, right, and having the children be brutalized mentally and remember the pain and stuff, and then you pass it on to the children, and they pass on to generation. And now we have this thing where children, it was always happening. Children molest children. Younger, might be an older kid, 14, 15, molesting the little 10, 11, 12. And it happens so often, right, that we have to understand where do we come from and where are we going. Now that we have somewhat of an idea, and you got to really look at the oppressed state of mind when it comes to money, economics. You can ask the average person, and I mean it, do a survey and ask them, what do they know about money? Just most of the people say, what kind of business you gonna start? Ask them words like, have you ever been to school for any marketing, or you ever want to start your own business? Right? Now, when you say, do you ever want to start your own business, what they gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the all the questions you asked before that
They can give you an answer.
don't add up to the last question, which is, do you ever want to start your own business? And they're gonna say yes, but then they say how, right? I mean, it's how. I mean, this is what as parents we just assume that a child has these abilities because they showed you signs that they may be
A business type person.
right. They have these skills. They're entrepreneur. What they call it?
Little entrepreneurs.
Right. But they call it does. They said, well, they do say entrepreneur. But do you have the entrepreneurial spirit?
Yeah.
They said so. People they just assume that a child is growing up and selling lemonade, and and they say, oh, they're gonna be such a business person, right?
They like to save their little money. Some kids like to save their little money. That's how you can tell too with kids.
But and that's a good point. But the point I'm stressing to you is just because it looks like a cat, it might sound like a cat, but it may not be a cat. It might be a wildebeest or something that's. I mean, you see what I'm saying? So you can't always judge what you see and hear. Sometimes you got to look into it to see if that child is even on that wavelength. This is why I do every Saturday. Now we're gonna get into about recruiting, how we're gonna recruit our child. I want to talk about it, but that's why I do Saturdays from 9 to 10, and December the 14th is gonna be from 10 to 12.
It's located at the bottom of the screen.
There you go.
Scroll down a little bit.
Come on
right
in.
there.
Come on in.
Go on and register, and I already know there's going to be 50 plus people in there, but the deal is the children. See, the parents, you're paying in children from 14 and up, everybody pays $10 for registration, but it's the 113 and below that are free. So I'm looking forward to enlightening your children. Believe me, we're going to take this all over the globe. Let's get back to what I'm saying here. You're looking at your child. They got this entrepreneurial spirit, okay? But it doesn't hash out. It's just something they were doing, but it wasn't something that was nurtured.
Right.
So you got to nurture your children. But the thing that I knew since I was a little boy, I was growing up, I was 10, 11, 12, and that people just didn't know business. They just didn't know. It's like it seemed to me like nobody I knew nothing. And then one of my uncles had a construction business, and that kind of was doing good. That's how I got a little bit exposed. And my mother made dolls, and my uncle and aunt had a florist, but they never taught us anything.
Right. You stay at home. Yeah.
Or they'll bring you in and work the crap out of you, but it wasn't no intellectual conversation about business tactics. But then you want your child to be, full grown, full blown, entrepreneur, with no formal training, no hands on training, But there is a way to get, I'm now that I've lived this long and dealing with my offspring, and I wish I had, but I got the 14-year-old, I wish I had both of them, but the 14-year-old's coming up the pike, right? So the things that I talk about is the things that I lived. I didn't stop until Mark said, okay, and I insist that Jay become self-employed. I ain't even in my cards to see my son work for anybody. And if he did, it'll be only because he's on the job training. He's getting his feet wet, right? He's learned the trade. Sometimes you gotta work with people to get to learn it and get the information. But there's one thing I know that I've learned after all these years, and I know how to recruit. And I'm gonna teach you. I can't give it all to you in one day here, one broadcast. But what I can do is give you what I can give you. And here it comes. The first wave of it is how you approach your child. Your child, for the most part, they 10, 11, 12, they basically know you. They have a basic understanding of who you are. They may not know everything about you, blah, blah, blah. But they know if you go to work every day. They know if y'all fight each other. They know if you argue. I mean, there's basic things. They know that Pops is going to do this when he comes in around this time. Mom's is going to do this when she calls. I mean, it's all, they have a basic working knowledge of who you are as a parent, right? So, you have to be smart when you approach children because they're smarter than you think. They're wise. Okay, they're wiser than you think. Okay? So if you come straight in on a child and say, you need to start your own business. And I think I might approach mine like that a little bit. And I didn't know what to do. I was just, you need to start your own gig. But I was sending them product and I was exposing them to the products and services. And so I didn't really know, but now I know that, the improper way is to just go in direct and say, you need to start your own business.
You need to start your own business. You get to that age.
Think about that. Think about how much information was expressed right in that information, because the mind, as soon as you tell your child you need to start your own business, they start wondering, but how, or what do you know? How you know that I need to do this? What do you know about this? Right? Yeah. Then the mind, because the kid's mind gonna start wondering at that point. The mind's gonna ask itself many questions in a row. What is this? What do you mean? Blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
But if you approach your child in a manner, it could be 2 or 3 ways, a manner that makes a lot of sense. It said, do you need some extra cash?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'm hyped. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So you say you could use some extra cash?
Yes, sir.
So would you mind if I showed you or I introduced you to somebody that can help you make your own money and be self-sufficient? Yeah.
Come on.
Yabba dabba do. See how sweet that is? See how that's friendly. That's a good conversation. You're not by yourself. You're edifying somebody else. You didn't give yourself the credit for introducing them to something. You give somebody else the credit.
Yeah.
You say, I want to introduce you to somebody that can help you really start your own product line. That can, what the child gonna be thinking then? I can't wait. I mean, it ain't a lot of thought there. Yeah. The kid said, wow. Moms or pops gonna introduce me to somebody that help me start my own business, my own company. Like now, how much more? Now they might say, well, what is it? So, well, don't worry about that. So, do you want to meet this person? Yes or no? Keep it simple and stupid. Because kids are smart, because they're gonna come in with the questions now. Cause right, they inquisitive enough, so what kind of products, blah, 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 blah. That's when you use your brain. You say, what is more important, that I answer all these questions, or that I introduce you to the person that's going to put you where you need to be? So can you have enough patience with me that I can get you over there on a Saturday? Yes. But they're going to bug you every day till we get there. Because you're talking about helping a child start their own business. Now they have their own brand, which is the number one thing to do in the world. Our business associates out here have the products. All we need is the know-how, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the product is, does it really?
No.
As long as it what makes sense,
yeah.
So that it can make dollars. Because a child is still smart enough and wise enough to know if it's going to be easy or this is hard. If this is hard. Because do you think a kid want to work harder than what they're doing right now?
No.
No. So it has to be simple, has to be easy, and it has to be fast. These simple tactics, I'm going to call them, or principles of how to recruit extends. See, when you practice on your children, trust me, you're going to get so good at it that you're going to begin to do it for other people. You're going to start recruiting them to sell your products and your service. Oh, they're going to bring you that business. See, when they see that commission and you teaching them how to manage that money, oh, they're your number one sales reps is your children.
Yeah.
Can I get a witness? The youth is where your future profits are. Because not that you only get the child, you get the children's friends, but you get the parents. And believe me, I sell the second, third, fourth generation families to this day. I was selling people grandmothers, then I started selling to their children. Now I sold to the children's children. Now they got children, I'm getting them. This is the most easiest way to get your children, any children. Imagine going into a church. Invite me into your church or your school or whatever. In front of a whole school, a whole church. And I'm talking about, how would you like to make some money? We're going to help this church. We're going to help this school build a wing. I want you to be a part of it. Right?
Yeah.
Then what? Yeah. They're excited. They get a piece of the profits. Right?
They still help them.
And they still help, but they know that their hard work and efforts is right there. They can see what they and they can look at their hands, so right here's in my pocket. But see, imagine you got these youth that are 17, 18 going off to college soon. They need you. They need me. When you teach your children that it's okay to make money, get rich, and while they try working on getting wealthy, your children are going to have this, I would say ununique, but this unique sense of loyalty to make sure they take care of you. I'm telling you, they'll do it, man. Once a child knows that you led them to a promised land like that, baby, you don't need nobody. When you go eat or go travel and see them, believe me, airfare tickets are coming, trips and nice stuff are coming right behind it, because a child will just thank you to the end of their days, because they got a story to tell. They'll say, my father or my mother, they love me so much, they just begin to show me, lead me in ways that I can be self-employed and self-created. I create my own, because they're going to lead from one thing to another. And comes they into being a doctor, lawyer, whatever, they realize they have the money to pay for their equipment, to pay for their clothes, to pay for the attire that they need. But they also realize they have the money to pay for certifications, things that are important to increase their knowledge and wisdom of that task that they're on. Excuse me. Cut. Take two. Where were we? What was the last thing I said? This is not a show. Excuse me. It's a broadcast, and that's the difference. We're just broadcasting around the world. So, if you have, I'm going to open up the lines. I don't care. I have questions. Call in. You never know. 404-286-6700. That's 404-286-6700. And I know there's a lot of information, but I think I closed the door on that deal. Especially if you want to learn how to recruit your youth.
That's right.
You show things that's going to get them there, like these pen sprayers. And we're going to get better at this stuff too. You put your own brand and marketing on it. Start your own design. You gotta help me with my prompts too. Okay. And don't forget, you gotta get your LED badge. LED badges. Hey, we got a special on our oils. We'll get the list when we're doing the list, Mark.
Hopefully by
over the weekend.
Today, over the weekend.
Yeah, today over the weekend. We got oils $25.
Hold on, just a second, okay?
Buy one get one free. We have body oils $30. Buy one get one free. We got some burning oils and air fresheners right now for $10 a pound. It's on and popping. It's on and popping. Just call in. Do we have it online yet, Mark? Yeah, it's all good. Do we have that? We didn't put that online. Yeah. So when we get all this together, we will definitely put it online and everything. Who's the caller to this morning?
Morning.
Who's this?
Patrick.
What's up, Patrick? This is Patrick from what city?
Flint, Michigan.
Flint, Michigan, right. Patrick. What's on your?
Julian, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm just taking this all in. I appreciate this broadcast, and I just want to say that I want to make sure that I'm prosecuting the fundraiser properly, and I appreciate that because I can see that vision at the church.
Absolutely, and church is.
Yeah. So I just wanted to see how you break down the profit for the church as well as the children, and still be able to because I'm just getting into my gallons, and I'm trying to work into getting into my drums.
Yes.
But I want to expand and recruit.
Oh yeah, that's my specialty. And see, the thing when it comes to that kind of stuff, and I want you to think one word: simple, simplicity. You got that, Julian?
Yeah, I got that.
Keep it real simple and keep it real stupid. That means that you're a 5-year-old that can understand that they need your services. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and ask the question exactly how you want to ask it.
How much do I give? I believe it's the $250. Okay. The bottle is $5. I give the $250 to the church and the children to split for the children to make some money and for the church to have some money for fundraising.
You're right on there. You got your finger right on the pulse. Now, this is the deal. There's a couple of things that you can do. You can either private label for the church just to get it going, or you can come in there and private label all the kids individually which is the strongest way to do it. You feel me?
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
now, one thing that you need to let the pastor or the leaders know is that this is your program, right?
Right.
That you're setting it, this is a pilot program, that you're starting this program, and that these are your rules, because you're gonna have to set up rules and regulations. Because so one of the rules and regulations is we got to make sure that the child gets paid, right?
Right.
That's number one. Number two, are we gonna brand and market the church first, or we're gonna market the kids first? Now, what would be easier, to market the church first, build up that capital, build it up, and then you have the base. You see who's participating in the helping the church raise the funds, and you can see who the elite kids are, who's the number one kid selling, because we'll put a tag on the end for the child that sells this many first gets a bonus of this much money, $25 or whatever, cash. You see?
Yeah.
So it's really a simple way to do it. And I think the quickest way is to really brand the church first, but tell them the objective is to get every child that rises, every strong young mind that really doing well, is to teach them to be independent and have their own product lines.
Okay.
But then guess what the child does? They already know about, and they're going to learn more about tithing and offering. If this child is making $1,000 a month, they know they can tithe 5% of the money back and 5% in time helping other kids, and going into the old folks home and doing elderly care. That makes sense?
It does. It does.
Because once we teach the children a community service while they're making money, you have a greater intelligent child. And they'll be doing that for the rest of their life, and they'll teach their children's children to do the same thing.
Good.
And it's automatic too. This is not something that is too far-fetched. This is something that's doable, isn't it?
It is. It is. And that's why I say I can see the vision.
Yeah.
And I've been checking out your broadcast on the archives. I haven't been able to catch you in the 8 o'clock hour, but I've been catching it on the archives on a regular basis.
Yes.
But it's teaching me a whole lot on how I can make God's people prosper.
Absolutely. Amen, brother. Keep talking.
I appreciate that. I think.
Well, you're welcome. And the thing is that we're taking our power back, and we're putting it into the youth, into the young minds from 10 years old all the way to 25. These young babies coming out of college, and they don't have no money. But they're going into college and they don't have no money. That's the travesty.
Right. Now the website. You are designing websites. Mark is designing websites.
Yeah, we have a department that's going to be developing the websites as soon as you're ready. As soon as you're ready, they'll get right on it. It's going to be inexpensive, but our sites are going to look a lot alike, in some aspect,
Okay.
Because there's going to be questions. It's going to be on there. Do you need extra cash? Do you know anybody who needs some extra cash?
Right. Okay. Well, Mark, he usually send me a lot of information on moving to the next level. If you can you send me something that I can get started and put together a website?
Yes, and I need you to do this. This is huge. How many children you got, Jillian?
I got 4, from 25 to 14.
Okay. Listen, do any of them live with you?
Two of them actually live with me.
How old are they?
14 and 25.
Those two, they need to be on that broadcast on December the 14th. It's going to be a pay-per-view. We're working on that now. And once we get that pay-per-view, you want them in front of that broadcast. That makes sense. It's only $10.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to set up links on us on one of the sites. We'll send it out in a blast so that you can go on and hit a link and go ahead and sign up for your website or whatever you need.
Okay.
Now, I want to make sure we have another thing clear. You know we are doing the artwork for the churches and the schools and all that, right? Do you have a...
He actually has a label of his own.
Okay, you have a label of your own, but do you have a graphic artist?
Yeah, I work for a graphic designer and a print shop.
We need to talk. We need to talk offline, you and I.
Okay.
I'm going to show you how to get them to make so much more money. It's going to blow you all away. It's all in the publishing, in the distribution, the advertising. But you got to just do it the easy way, right?
Right.
You get ready.
I was talking to Mark yesterday, I believe, and I was telling him about my and I don't want to bring up the word fear, but my fear is in business is I wanted to have the control over making all the money. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And it become greedy. But Mark was explaining to me, you market your market and let them market their market. They can't sell like you sell. They can't recruit like you recruit.
Nope.
So
nope. They listen. Hey, hey.
Where I get my product from. I wanted them to get their product from me so that I can be
That's right.
To make the money.
Absolutely.
You know?
Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. God has put you in a unique situation. We have a product that is selling like hotcakes. And if you really look at your market, Julian, look at your market real good. I want you to meditate. And I want you to look inside your brain. And I want you to look at your community. And I want you to ride the streets of your community in your brain, right? And watch this. Ask yourself at one point, say, is there anybody else going around Flint, Michigan, doing private labeling and marketing for companies in your community? Who's doing it?
Nobody.
Who's putting the kids to work and showing these kids that they can make their own money? If you knew that was available in your community, who's doing that?
No one.
That's right. So if God himself puts you in a position of power, what's wrong with that?
No.
Nothing. You earned every penny on your own. And you didn't beg, borrow, or steal a dime. So what the thing is, if you're scared, say you're scared. But guess what? We can only fear one thing, and that's God himself. Can I get a witness?
Amen.
Amen.
There's nothing to fear but God himself. That's it. Everything else is just something to get past. It's just a task. Okay? But in this case, you have the whole market. Everybody is listening to my voice that ever hears my voice that comes through these broadcasts are going to know that they're in charge of the whole market. Now, there might be other burning oils and body oils, but they're never going to do it like you. They'll never catch up to it because of the way we are. Who's your leader? That's where it boils down to. Who's leading who? That's it. Are you the leader or are you the follower? That's what it's going to come down to. Who's leading, who's following? Right? So if you're clearly the leader, that's why you're in that position. You're in a position of power. And you have to show other people, thousands and thousands of people, how to do private labeling and be resourceful for themselves. It makes sense to me.
Okay.
If it makes sense to me, I know it's going to make me dollars. I already know. And if it make a lot of sense to me, it's gonna make me a lot of dollars. So congratulations, welcome to the world of recruiting. And we got Brother Rory. We getting ready to, you still tuned in?
I am.
You in for a treat now, my brother. Now we're gonna show these cats. You're gonna show them. Now I'm showing them how to make the money. Rory is gonna show them how to keep their money and how to be civilized while they're making this paper. So get ready. Here we go. Hey, God bless you and your family, and make sure you stay tuned in, stay locked. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
big
luck.
brother.
Have a blessed weekend.
Peace. Hey.
Yeah.
If you want to call back, if Rory is hitting on a cylinder that you need, that you say, I need this one, this is where I need it, just call back, okay?
All right.
Okay, God bless you.
Right back.
All right. That was a great caller right there. See, that kind of call will help millions of people around the globe. That's very important that you know that if you're in that position of power, like I'm commissioned to do this. God's gonna hold me big time responsible for this one. You know, if I mess this up, and I'm not gonna mess it up, so it doesn't matter. This is our time. Now y'all in for a treat. We got Brother Rory T. Edwards. Rory T. Edwards in the house. What's up, Rory? The crowd is going crazy. Bananas.
Hold them back, right?
This is funny. Rory, I just want to thank you for being on the broadcast again.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is an open broadcast. And I believe our constituents got it right.
Yes.
This is not a show.
Right.
You got to turn on your TV to get the show.
Right.
This is broadcasting at its best. We hit them right in your cranium, and that's that. I'm going to open up the floor to you. I'm going to see how long it lasts.
Let's pop off a
That's
topic.
it. No, this is the deal. This is the topic. That we teaching our parents how to recruit your children.
Okay, to be business owners, huh?
Yeah, to be business owners.
Mm.
But within that, you can't just make money.
Right.
Money don't make this thing go around. I got this little thing. Money, they said money makes money, right? Well, that might be true, but you better have this. You better be legal, moral, ethical. There's got to be some type of ground rules to even get into the money. Once you get to the money, because you're going to express that real quick, you're going to really hit them in the head. Because once you make the money, now what? Because he's getting ready to share with you what happens to people that are uneducated and got all that money, got all that power and powerless.
Right.
Okay,
I'm gonna share two quick stories with you. I thought about this. One this morning on my way here, and please excuse me for being late.
you're right on time.
But the thing is that what I have to do, I have to get the information so I can share this on the radio show also.
Yes.
So people can know to tune in, and also that on Fridays if they want to hear anything else I have to say,
There you go.
you can come and listen to that. But there's two things. First I'm gonna talk about an incident that happened to me a few weeks ago, and then I'm gonna talk about sports and some of these professional athletes that we're working with, who you're talking about make all this money, but then 78% of them after they retire end up broke.
Yes.
And so we're going to talk real quick about how that happens
And how we can fix it
and how
too.
we're on the right path to fix it.
Yes,
But the
Lord.
fact of the matter is that we're running into some walls because in reality, if you really want to know the answer, a great book to read is that $40 Million Slave, right?
Yes. Write that down. $40 million slave.
If you want a powerful book, the $40 Million Slave is really powerful because it talks about how we achieve this stardom, but we're never taught to let the light shine for the rest of the time, right? But so I say that to say the story that we're here in Atlanta, And one of the biggest things that we have is homelessness, right? And so
we lead the nation, I think.
If we don't, we real close to being in first place. But the one thing that a few weeks ago I was going downtown, I was walking downtown, and this brother stopped me, and he said to me, "Brother, I need $1. Do you have a spare $1?" So I said, $1. And so he went into this whole spiel about. He broke it down though.
Yes.
So eloquently, he broke it down. He broke down to me what the purpose of my being on earth was, what his purpose was, how God does not do anything that's not correct, and that how we as a people need to learn how to help one another a little more. And so in my wisdom, I gave him the opportunity to speak.
Absolutely.
And at the conclusion of that conversation, I said to him, and this is a short synopsis of what really happened. So it went on about 15, 20 minutes. And
wow.
So the synopsis of the story is that at the conclusion, I asked him that in the delivery was so elegant and it was so precise, and it seems like you had a very strong knowledge base, that if God was perfect, again, or if you say God was perfect, then God would have never allowed you to be in the predicament that you are.
Lord have mercy.
And then the second thing is that God would not allow me to only give you $1.
Wow.
Because you're worth more than $1. But you've depleted yourself,
yes,
to only being $1, worth $1.
Wow. He done reduced himself down to $1.
To $1. And I said,
he could have even asked for $5. He just $1
He
man.
said $1. He said $1. And so I said, brother, that if I was to give you $1, then what I would do is validate the fact that what you just said to me was worth thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Because I'm sharing it now.
Yeah.
So it's carried with me. And if I'm worth thousands of dollars, then that means his story's worth thousands of dollars. Right? So if I say to you that if you're worth more than $1, what you have diminished or reduced yourself to is very much the reason why we are in the predicament we are right now. Because we allow society, we have allowed people, we've allowed situations, we've allowed all different excuses to reduce us to $1 a month.
Wow.
And so I told that brother, I said, when I walked away, I said, I would be doing you a disservice to give you $1. So what I said is walk down the street and share this with McDonald's, because they're hiring. And you can make $8 to $10 an hour.
Wow.
And you can deliver this message from across the counter, but also realize that on a Friday you will be getting a check.
All right.
And he said, wow, this is the killer right here. This is the killer right here. He said, brother, I don't have time to work.
Wow.
And he said, you disappointed me by telling me all that. And I said, wow. You disappointed me by reducing yourself to $1. So, brother, I said, so what we're going to do is I'm going to walk away disappointed, you're going to walk away disappointed, and you're going to walk away less $1.
Wow.
Whoa.
I don't like that.
So my point is, the moral to that story is that as we talk about making money, how to teach your children to make money, you have to first of all teach your children to put a value on who they are, right? So if you want to make it $1 value, then like they say, if you shoot for the moon or shoot for the stars and you fall short, at least you'll be amongst the clouds, right? You'll be higher than everybody else.
Yes.
But if you put your mark so high that you believe that it's going to take you years and years and years to achieve it, then once you achieve it, you're at a mature age enough to understand that you've worked so hard to get to that pinnacle
journey
that you'll never want to go back down the hill.
What you talking about?
You never want to go back down the hill.
Not me. You're right.
Right? So most of the thing that's the problem now is that we have not taught our children a struggle, because everything in this country has been a struggle. It's been a struggle.
And so talk about that this morning.
And we have not taught anyone that to get anything, you have to put in hard work. But not only do you have to put in hard work, you have to consistently reinvent yourself
And educate yourself.
and educate. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Anything I do, I can take from you. All the material things I can take from you. But what's between these two things, between this 9 inches,
Wow.
right? Some of you with some big heads, you
like
got
10,
about 10,
15.
15 inches, right? So, but between ear to ear is 9 inches.
Yes.
On a normal
I
crane.
second you on that struggle part, man.
Okay.
You know, just being a youth at one time, leaving the household and kind of doing my own thing,
Mhm.
you know, I didn't really try to reach out to my father too much.
Right.
But, you know, the lesson that was occurring at the time was like, I felt like it was a struggle at the time. Like,
Mhm.
Pops ain't gonna give you everything. Moms
Right.
ain't gonna give you everything
That's right.
that you desire. You gotta actually struggle a little bit
That's
and,
right.
and
For
work for those.
yourself.
Yeah, and work for those things. So
How'd you learn how to walk? By crawling,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
How you learn how to shoot? How you learn how to catch the ball? How you
But
learn to play pool?
reputation.
The
How you learn to
the
swim?
thing is, I didn't, go crazy about it. I had the understanding of it. Like, I'm out here in the desert,
Right.
by myself. I gotta, it's just me and God. You
know
know what I'm saying?
That's really where it is.
And you don't need nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't.
No.
If you truly believe that you believe in God, see, there's a difference. There's a difference in believing and speaking it, right? Because so many people say they believe,
But the trust is the other word.
but they don't
You
even
believe or you trust.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
gonna
trust.
be one of those.
But
Go ahead, I'm
but
listening.
trust is something that we also have put a definition on.
Mhm.
Because I can say, I trust you,
Uh-huh.
but to what? Where am I going to go with you?
Yes.
Where am I? Because trust is the first fundamental foundation of the developmental model. It's trust, mistrust.
The
And as you
catchment.
move through things,
Yeah.
the trust is the relationship that you have with your mother first. Most people say, well, I know I had a relationship with my father. Well, you're going to learn how to have a relationship with a male or your father through the relationship that your mother gives you the opportunity to have.
Right.
Because when people say, and on my show last week, I had Brother David Miller, and he talked about some of the relationships between the mothers and the fathers. And one of the things is that the female sometimes is the one who gets mad at the male for not being in the person's life, because in reality, women have the control over who they conceive a child with, right? They have the control. See, there's an old saying that, and I don't know if I'm gonna say it as politically correct as I do. When women go out, women know that if they want to have sex, they know they can have it.
Right.
Men go out wishing, hoping we get some sex.
Right.
We go out hoping. I'm going to the club. I'll put all the
Make
glitter
them
gold,
cold.
right? That makes me look the best that I possibly can. And women give you the opportunity to say, you going home with me?
Yeah.
Or you're going home by yourself.
There you go.
That's a rough lifestyle.
It's real rough, right?
Yes.
It's real rough. But it's what our role is.
Right.
All males of all species have to perform to get the best woman.
Mm-hmm.
The weaker male gets the leftovers.
Yeah.
The dominant male gets his pick of the litter.
That's true.
So if you want to get your pick of the litter, when you see it through growth. You see it through growth. The brother who's the best athlete coming through high school gets all the pretty girls. When you come back to your high school reunion, he's fat, he's bald, he's out of shape, she's ugly, no teeth in her mouth, all that. And the girl who was the ugly duckling has grown and blossomed
Into a swamp.
into a swamp, right? So the process of evolution is not what we believe it to be.
I like ugly duck.
Yes, sir. If I could go back, I'm going duck hunting.
I'm going ducklings like him too.
Oh, that's it. Hey, I ain't mad. The ugly ducklings are the ones who also do the things that they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, between these 9 inches is the most powerful tool that you have, right? And if you build this brand and you build that, then there's nothing else nobody could ever take from you. So we have to help our children by making them understand from the conception that there's a process, there's levels to this stuff, right? And that's how you actually develop entrepreneurs, because there's another. Honestly, I'm full of stories. I'm full of stories of my adventures.
Yeah. Oh, before you
Yes.
go into that, man, let the people know whoever's watching out there, let them know your information, how to get in contact with you and stuff.
Okay, I got a few places. Everything is Rory T. Edwards. That's all I am, Rory T. Edwards. Rory, RORYT Edwards. You can reach me out. My email is RoryTEdwards1, the number, not anything else. RoryTEdwards1 at gmail.com. Facebook, Rory T. Edwards. My Rory T. Edwards show is on Facebook. Like that page. Also, Rory Edwards show on Twitter. Rory T. Edwards on Twitter. So all that little stuff, everything you can find me.
You
because
can
know my
Google
name.
him.
Oh, you better Google me too. You better Google me.
Rory T. Edwards.
If you Google me, you gonna see.
Yeah, don't if you don't put the T in there, you ain't gonna get what you think.
You're not getting the right one.
You're the fake.
That's right. I should do a thing, the real Rory T. Edwards. That's what I need to do.
The original.
The original. The Aboriginal. Oh boy, so
I'm loving this.
That's
man.
how you find me. That's where I am.
I want to dig in just a little bit more. Y'all talked about your show Saturday already?
No.
Okay, let's get you there because we're climbing in.
Yeah, we're about approaching the hour.
Okay. So Rory, I want give us some closure.
Yes.
Just what's the word I'm looking for? Just give us a synopsis of what you talked about. Brief statement, overview
Of the show.
Yeah, just overview what you talked about, and give them some clarity in which direction they need to seek.
Well, there's a very fine process to this whole thing. Life is very simple. There's 4 seasons. There's 4 directions. There's 4 of everything. Most people say there's so many different levels to this, but in reality, life is very simple. There's in, there's out. There's up, there's down, there's yes, there's no. There's no such thing as maybe. There's no such thing as I'm gonna think about it. Either you're gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. There's one saying that we had. We went to Arizona for the game, the national championship game a few years ago, and the guys always teased me because they were talking about what we were doing, and they asked me how was our trip, and I said it's very simple. Either you're gonna do business with us or you're not gonna do business with us, right?
Yes.
So it's very simple. Either you love me or you hate me.
Yes.
There's no room for liking me because then what happens is I have to constantly remember what I did that makes you like me. So either you're gonna love me and love what I share, or you're just gonna say, hey, I'm not that person. And so many times we're consumed with people in our life who we like because we're trying to find a way to constantly please them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get around people who you just know what they're about and they know what you're about, it's very simple to advance.
Absolutely.
It's so very simple. And that's what's wrong with us. We always stay stagnant because we surround ourselves with people. We get into relationships that may not be the right relationship for us. And we always try to find out, well, maybe it's me. No, it's not me. It's not you.
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so sometimes us don't need to be around each other.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what it is. I have a friend who told me the other day, she said that if you're going to get into a relationship, you got to look at the place, would you do business with that individual? Would that person be your business partner?
Have to be equally yours.
That's right.
Yes.
So if that person's good enough to be your business partner, because a relationship is business.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell your woman to love you all day long as the bread is flowing.
That's right.
Get laid off.
Yeah. Then it's gonna be monkey business.
Then you get laid off.
You got monkey business.
Oh, that's incredible.
We really have to love you. To be honest.
Oh, time to throw the bathwater out. The baby's crying. Time to change the diaper.
So I want them to get in touch with you, Rob, because see, there's people out there that they're really going through it, man.
Yeah.
And especially people that have been in situations where they've been an athlete.
Oh yeah.
We got right.
We ain't talking about it,
Right, but look at all these athletes that these parents got athletes, sons of 13, 14, and they're hoping to go pro.
Yeah.
What's going to happen, if they're not getting propped from someone like you before they get there? What's going to happen to them?
What's going to happen is the exact results that are the national statistics. Basketball players are about 74% after they retire, end up 3 years out of there, end up broke, bankrupt, divorced, alcoholics, drug addicts. People don't want to believe that. Football players is about 78%. after 2 years afterwards, and then football is only 1 to 3 years anyway. So you only play professional 1 to 3. That's the average.
I've seen that with T.O.
Yeah, look at Tio. I mean,
already.
Tio had all
Had it
kind of
all.
money.
I think he felt like some type of self-entitlement.
Yes, well, who doesn't? I mean,
Yeah.
at a high level athlete, who doesn't feel like you're entitled to something? Because
Yeah.
you've been treated like a prima donna your whole life.
Right.
Your
Yeah.
parents treat you like a prima donna. The coach treats you like a prima donna. You go to college, you're treated like a prima donna. Then you get to the pros, and it's a business now.
Right.
Yes.
Because there's so many individuals who have the same amount of talent as you. So if you want to act like a prima donna,
They
I'm
don't
gonna let
need
you burn yourself
Train.
up.
The train
I'm gonna let
just
you burn
well.
yourself up. And in football, it's only 1 to 3 years. And I know that we're running out of time. So what we can do? How about if we just table this conversation
Yes.
to next week,
Oh yeah.
and then we can go into a
Oh,
little more depth.
absolutely.
And so people can tell people
Mhm.
that they know they might have an athletic son
Or
or
daughter.
daughter, to listen to a few steps that we're doing. And that's one of the companies that I run too. It's called Professional Athletes Wellness Group.
Yep.
That's what we do. That's the whole concept. We do intervention and prevention,
Yeah, we
and that's
go.
all it is. It's about how you develop your son and daughter to be an athlete. Because we're not going to kill their dream,
No.
but we realize that only 0.06% make it to the NFL. Only 0.02 make it to the NBA. The greatest sport, the best chance you have of making it to a professional athlete is being a baseball player. And we no longer, as African Americans, play baseball
Not
because
like
it's
we used to.
boring, right?
Yeah.
But there's the most money in it. You have the longest longevity in it, and so we have to start thinking. We have to all start thinking about golf. I was going to say the other sports: golf, tennis,
Volleyball, all
all
that.
the sports that are soccer. Soccer is incredible. So there's things that we need to start thinking about that are non-traditional.
Mhm.
We need to start thinking about aquarium, whatever, horse. You know,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
some
yeah,
words
yeah.
I can't say
Me
either.
either.
Yeah.
We even. Good.
So they need to start thinking about non-traditional sports.
Yes.
Families believe we want to stay urban, so we're going to play basketball and baseball. No, we want to sing and dance and rap.
That's right.
Yeah, we need to change the thought.
Yeah, let's get them on. Let's get them out in
Let's open
the
the
pool.
Yeah,
Let's
get them in
in there.
swimming. Let's open up. Let's open up the resources a little bit more.
Mhm.
And I mean, even tomorrow on my show, Brother Philip Jackson of the Black Star Project, real powerful, doing some great things. Million Father March. He's done that all over the United States, all over the world now, where fathers are taking the children to school on the first day. But he's done some other fantastic things that I don't want to share. I'm gonna let him share tomorrow.
Yes.
And also Dr. Umar Johnson,
Yes.
who's a real powerful young brother, a school psychologist, certified national psychologist, but definitely has the answers for African American males.
And they can Google him too, right?
They can Google both of them, Philip Jackson and Dr. Umar Johnson. So tomorrow at 3:00 on the WXRP radio, that's where I'm going to be. And
how's that broadcasted? That's
Blog Talk Radio.
Blog Talk Radio.
Yes.
Is there a website for that?
Yes. What's the website right there?
I used to have a Zoom on this thing.
It's on the back too, I think.
I need my grandson to talk to you. I'm gonna.
Okay, I'll type it on the screen.
Because he's getting ready to get out of high school, and they have people looking at him like you said, as far as basketball. They always look at our kids for basketball and football and stuff, and he's really excited about that.
Right.
But like you say, there's other options out there also.
Right. And there's a lot of academic scholarships too. That's the thing. We want our child. The first thing you get a parent to say is, "I want my child to have an athletic scholarship," instead of my child saying, "I want my child to have an academic scholarship." Right? Because athletic is only going to last as long as you're youthful.
Right.
That's right.
But academics is going to last you
Forever.
your entire life.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Mark, we're gonna make sure we go ahead and scan this, and we'll go ahead and shoot out an email to our constituents to make sure they got a copy of that. And then we'll go ahead and say announce it every Friday.
Yes.
So,
And Mark, put the number down, the 646 number. That's the best way to get to, because you can just dial on your phone and listen.
You can dial on your phone?
Yeah, 646.
I'll give them this website.
So you would just so there's a there's a downloadable app so
On
that they can
yeah, the
go right to it
WXRP,
and
they
boom.
have that too. I don't know how to.
Yeah, we need to
I
get
get
that.
that. I have
And
that
that
next
way
week.
people can just put it up on their phone, boom, they're in
Yeah.
and they're gone. They're
Yeah.
right into your cab.
Yeah. Well, that's why I tell people to dial. You can dial the number, but you know you can take phone calls, but you can put on your speakerphone and then just
Enjoy.
go. Yeah.
Enjoy.
Oh, totally. We have a wonderful time on it. All of our music is incorporated with the theme of the show. Straight old school. You
Yeah.
know, we stay where we comfortable at.
There you go.
Yes.
That's awesome. Bob, we are running it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give this to
Yep. We get ready to send out Mr. Roy T. Edwards information. Please use it, okay? And I hope that you go online and Google him and learn more about who he is and what he's going to mean to you in the near future. Because I'm going to bring this whole thing to another level, and I'm going to be coming into your cities, helping your children right there, and we're going to create these businesses and making sure that they're mentally ready to handle that cash flow. Okay? So thank you, Mr. Edwards.
Thank you, brother man.
Roy T. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
Tune into the show tomorrow. We're going to send this out, so make sure you tune in. All right, it's 3 o'clock, 3 to
4.
3 to 4
Yes, Eastern Standard.
Eastern Standard Time. So get in there and make it happen. I will definitely see you on Monday, same time, 8 o'clock.